Hello soul seekers, and welcome to your reading. Today we are asking the universe what is awakening inside you. And if you are drawn to path number 1, guided by this Piscean oracle card, then this message is for you. So today I'm going to go through some of the messages I'm getting for the theme of your reading by reflecting on this oracle card that you were drawn to. And next I'm going to pull a card from the Spirit Oracle deck and then the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. And after that we're going to get into some tarot. So let's get to it. So yeah, this Pisces oracle card with the keyword sensitize. It's a very beautiful card. You have 2 fish swimming in opposite directions. One dark, one light. Pisces are ruled by Jupiter, so you could be awakening abundance. You could be awakening a Midas touch. You are blessed. Everything you touch is blessed, or what you're creating is very blessed. This also could be that you're awakening an intuitive psychic ability, because Pisces are very empathic, very intuitive, and very psychic, very creative as well. You could be awakening some kind of creative energy, something that brings you joy and fulfillment when you're performing the act, which is what we all want. We all want to find that something. It could be a person, it could be a thing, it could be an activity, it could be a community. I'm also getting that you could have awakened this ability to discern what are your true emotions versus others, which has heightened and elevated your empathic abilities. You could have also awakened your passion, because Pisces are about passion and soul purpose and faith. So you could have definitely woken up some kind of passion within you and starting to realize what makes you tick, what it is that you want to do that will fulfill your desires rather than fulfilling others. There's also a struggle with Pisces to lay up healthy boundaries. So you could be awakening your ability to protect yourself from outside energy. With this realization, this ability to discern what you're receiving from others and what you're actually receiving from yourself within. And if this isn't manifesting on a psychic and spiritual level for you, this can also manifest as you being someone who finds yourself in relationships with others, whether that be your family, loved ones, or even platonic relationships. It can even be in work or career, where you're giving more than you're getting back, or that you're following the desires of others rather than your own. It could be also traditional beliefs that you're breaking from, some awakening and break from traditional beliefs. All right, so now let's pull a card from this Spirit Oracle deck. I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to meditate a bit. What is awakening for path number 1? What is awakening for path number 1? Ooh, this one jumped out. Living light energy. See the beauty in life. Wow, that's really beautiful. So what could be awakening inside of you is having more gratitude, seeing the extraordinary and the ordinary things in life. I'm hearing beauty in nature, and I'm also getting clarity because I just saw a hawk fly in front of my window. I think he left, but that was really interesting while I was doing your reading. So you're starting to have a higher perspective. And I feel like this is a higher spiritual perspective that's allowing you to see the beauty in life. So this could be awakening inside you. I'm getting a very strong feeling, like this kind of kundalini awakening. It's really beautiful energy. I'm getting chills everywhere. All right, so let's see what the Spirit Oracle has to say. And I just looked at the clock right now for the timing, and I saw 555. So this fives are conflicting energy. And it could be that you've had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations in your life, that maybe you've had put a lot of energy into certain foundations or relationships that you've built in your life and you had to walk away from. And or people that have disappointed you, or a career. So let's see what you got for your animal. Spirit Oracle. This one's drawing to me. Freedom. Wow. The horse animal totem. That's some really beautiful free energy. I'm really starting to feel some tingling in my feet, and I know Pisces are ruled by feet, so that's very interesting to me. You may need to ground yourself by walking barefoot in nature or something like that, running in the grass. I'm just seeing like horses running through meadows. So the horse and freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. Now, I did say you could be awakening your true purpose. You could be realizing that you've seen something that you truly desire and you want to go after and you want to do, and it brings you so much joy. So you have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. That's amazing. So you could be awakening this transformation, like I was saying, this realization of your soul path, seeing this beauty in life, having this gratitude and feeling this gratefulness and this grace simply from God for being alive, right? I'm starting to kind of tear up. That's really beautiful energy. Woo, that's a lot. All right, so let's get into tarot before I start crying. Okay, so I like to do the magic square spread. It's kind of crazy because you can read in all kinds of directions, and we'll talk about it when I throw out the cards, but it's basically a 9-card spread. All right, so I'm getting drawn to cut your deck. Let me see. Alright, see what I'm drawn to. Ooh, I saw a card here. So first we're going to start with 3 cards. And then we're going to pull... I don't want to look. She did. Okay. We're going to start with 3 cards and then we'll pull out the other 6 as we go. So the first card you have is the Moon. Wow, that's interesting. The Moon could... I know the moon, the next full moon is going to be in Pisces, I believe, at the time of this reading. This is a timeless reading, but that's very interesting to me. This is like going down an unknown path. And the story of the moon that I really resonate with when it comes to this archetype in this card is the story of the fish or the crustacean, like this little lobster here or crab, that had to emerge from the water, be the first. Imagine that first crab that had to emerge from the water in prehistoric times, and it was the first crab to set foot on land, and it, you know, these animals becoming the first to step foot on land eventually led to an evolution of land animals and all kinds of amazing things. And it's also this energy of fear or this unknown, of walking into the unknown, your path not being clear and having a bit of fear around that. It's also a very psychic energy, so I think it's really emphasizing it. So emphasizing that psychic ability here. And it's also following your intuition. Now we can see what the next card is. Let's see. So the 3 of Wands. Yeah, this is expecting something to come through. This is some kind of expectation. I'm getting that there might be something that you don't know what's going to happen. And there might be some fear surrounding that. And it could be with your work or career. Let's see. Could be something you're passionate about. Expectations manifest, right? With the Three of Wands, he's definitely waiting for something. He's built something and he's waiting for some kind of assistance. And the Hermit's kind of telling me that you've come to this realization that you're kind of on your own, and you've kind of gone into this Hermit mode, this inner work with the Moon and the Hermit. These are two major arcana cards here. So it's very significant that the Moon and the Hermit are here, because both of these cards speak to the subconscious in some kind of fashion. This Hermit card is seeking inner light. So I'm getting that you've been on this path of seeking your purpose for a long time, and you haven't really been sure what to expect or where to go. Very interesting. Yeah, so I'm definitely, there's some kind of awakening of gratitude and realization of love and truth. I'm hearing true universal love. Wow, you have a lot of majors. So the Knight of Wands is fearless. So wow, this tells me that you've been fearlessly going through these trials and tribulations in this kind of soul journey. I really think it's a soul journey because of the Moon and the Hermit. And you've probably been going at this alone, because it does look like this. And over here with this Five of Swords, to me that's like a separation, or it can also mean overcoming your fears, or like, you know, the enemies within, or the dark side within. And this Death card, that is huge. The Death card is one of my favorite cards. It is the coolest card. It is transformation, rebirth. It is like a butterfly. It's like the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. And the Knights are fearless a lot of times, where they fearlessly. So you could see here, this card, the Death card, looks like the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups follows his desires no matter what, and he fearlessly walks into the face of death. Right? Because he's willing to take that risk of falling in love, for instance, and willing to take that risk of loving his family, building things he loves around him in the 3D, and having those, and following those desires of emotional connection, right? Without fear of being hurt. And I think this could be something to do like that with that, but I'm getting more, this is more of an internal battle, because I'm not seeing a lot of cups here right now, and also because, you know, with the Moon and the Hermit, that's very internal, and this death, this transformation, this realization of something, and this separation, you know, with your challenge. Okay, yeah, you could have been, maybe you've reached a certain point in your life and you were disappointed, in the sense of not disappointed with yourself, but you realized it wasn't what you truly desired, it wasn't your passion. And now you're going fearlessly and following your intuition. So what you're awakening in your life is this courage. Yeah, you definitely have a lot of horses here. That means you're definitely free. You freed yourself from something, and I'm getting that with the Five of Swords. All right, let's see those. Let's see what cards come out to me. Awakening courage. Awakening the courage to follow your intuition and your desires and your passion. You've been trying to figure out what is your passion, and your challenge is with this Three of Wands, is you're not sure where it was going to lead you. Okay, let's see. goodness. Path number 1. Talk about awakening here. Wow. All right, so let's talk a little bit about this. So yeah, it looks like there's been a big shift in your life, because this can be seen as the past, and you've been dedicating a lot of your time to inner work and facing your fears and going ahead anyway, even though you might be afraid. This is the wounded warrior, and also a message of not giving up. And with the Wheel of Fortune and the Moon, this is definitely something that's destined. What's awakening inside of your life right now is destiny. Destiny is calling for you, and there's definitely this transformation. It's a destiny to follow your true purpose and your passions, to illuminate what is true to your desires. And this can also be seen as your present situation and your challenges. And this is definitely something giving this energy of being wounded from past experiences, being disappointed here with the 5 of Swords at the center of your spread. It's also a separation. So kind of, you could have had, maybe you have negative expectations on how things are going to turn out, and you're kind of releasing that. You're releasing you're surrendering to the outcome, and you're doing things with more childlike joy. And this is a new beginning, right? Because Fools are always new beginning. And it's also a huge transformation, because the Fools also give us the power and that fire to move from one arcana to the next. That's why the Fool can go anywhere in the deck. The Fool is what transitions us to different levels of consciousness. It transitions us to different levels of realization. And also too, with the Wheel of Fortune, the Sphinx here represents wholeness, inner peace. And I'm certainly getting that here, because you can look at this, in the direction you're going. You're taking that leap of faith despite your fear. You're separating from something. Now this could be the expectations like I was talking about. I think it has to do with something, this negative self-talk. It could be maybe you're really tied to what's going to happen. Am I going to be defeated? Because this is a card about failure, right? Like being defeated or defeating your enemies. It could be that. But I think you're overcoming that. You're separating yourself from that, and you're taking this leap of faith, and you're kind of doing it without worrying about the outcome. And that is what is awakening inside you, path number 1. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Take care. Bye now. Hello, soul seekers, and welcome to your reading. Today we are asking the universe, what is awakening inside you? If you were drawn to path number 2 and you were guided by the Pallas Athena Oracle card, then this message is for you. First, I'm going to reflect on the messages coming through from the Oracle card that you were drawn to. Next, to get more information around the theme of your reading, I'm going to pull a card from the Spirit Oracle deck, and then I'm going to pull some cards from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. And after that, we're going to get into tarot. So let's get to it. So the Pallas Athena in this deck is considered a meteor, but it's named after the goddess Athena from Greek mythology, with the keyword think. So you could be awakening wisdom, intelligence, strategic planning, some kind of victory. Athena brings victory. accomplishments. You could have had a long-term goal that you've been working on, and you could be awakening victory on your path. It could also be divine protection, because Pallas Athena is considered divine protection as well. She also brings you the power to overcome challenges and face difficult situations in your life. She also brings creativity and higher ways of thinking, like philosophical thought. I'm also being drawn to this olive branch here. You could also be awakening inner peace, emotional intelligence, and emotional wisdom. You could be awakening strength, as I mentioned, to overcome situations, difficult situations in your life. But let's go ahead and get into let's pull a card from the Sacred Spirit Oracle. Stack, I love it. So what is awakening in path number 2? What is awakening for path number 2? What is awakening for path number 2? Birth of creation, potential growth. Wow, that's really amazing, because actually the Pallas Athena is represented by the anima. And the anima and the animus are archetypes and psychological archetypes within us all. They represent the mother, the divine mother, and the divine father. Usually in tarot, that's the anima is represented by the empress. So it's very interesting that you got birth of creation and potential growth here. So you can be awakening your potential. Considering that the anima is a part of this Athena archetype, the anima is the void where creation happens. So you could be awakening some kind of growth. Maybe you've shed, I'm hearing like releasing burdens that were no longer yours. This can go with some of that emotional wisdom, because emotional intelligence is being able to understand people's feelings, and emotional wisdom is being able to discern what are your thoughts and feelings from others, right? But so you have to kind of release burdens that aren't yours, or things or situations in your life that you're putting a lot of energy into that aren't benefiting your true potential, your highest self, and the greater good for you and for the collective as a whole. But a lot of times any kind of beauty you're putting out into the world starts with the beauty from within. Like inner peace is world peace. World peace starts with inner peace. Sorry, this like extra confirmation. Windows is confirming. So really cool. Birth of creation, potential growth. So unlocking your potential. I always get magician vibes from this card. So now let's go ahead and pull some spirit animal. Let's see what your spirit animal guides have to say to you about what is awakening inside, some kind of potential. Awakening the anima, which is definitely a part of this creativity. So I'm getting the vibe that the theme of this reading is going to be about awakening your potential and some kind of birth of creation, right? This creative energy. Because I believe Athena also represented like weaving of tapestries, philosophy, and I think back back in those ancient times in Greece, they would have different cults of Athena, right? And usually when they refer to Pallas Athena, that would be Athena the protector. So that's also this kind of mother, this divine mother energy. She is the divine protector. That's what this egg is. It surrounds and protects whatever's growing inside of it. You know, like the sapling. Maybe you're planting a seed and you're planting a garden and you want your seeds to grow. You're going to have to protect them. Protect them from the harshness of Mother Nature. So it's interesting how Mother Nature can be fierce but also protective. It's like this balance and equilibrium of knowing exactly how much to give and exactly how much to take, and not overdoing it one way or the other. It's an equal give and take, right? Very beautiful energy here. So what are we awakening? And after this, we'll go into tarot. What are we awakening inside us? So this one. Dog, a friend. Wow. I'm just getting something about... it. Maybe you've recently had an animal pass, and I'm so sorry, beautiful soul. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that feeling. That might not resonate for all of you. So the spirit totem animal, if it does, they're definitely with you in spirit. And I feel like they might come to you in their dreams when they were puppies. That might not resonate with everyone, but there's definitely this energy of loyalty surrounding this reading. So you got this spirit animal totem dog friend. Today I will love without condition. My energy and enthusiasm are an inspiration. I choose to be happy. I am a protector and friend. Interesting. So definitely some energy around this kind of potential growth and being enthusiastic about this new potential that you're starting to see in your life. I'm really being drawn to the dog, to the wolf vibe here. Yeah, because I'm starting to think that this has something to do with your ancestors, because the wolf are inherently the ancestors of our dogs. Okay, let's see if more stuff comes through when we go into the tarot. I kind of want to pull one more. I'm going to pull one more. Spirit animal card. Oh, this one came out. Oh my goodness. Interesting. I'm getting kind of spooked out. I mean, I spend a lot of time shuffling these decks, so I don't understand. And then I kind of pick cards at random, so I really don't understand why I'm always picking, because this card came out in the first reading in path number 1. Freedom. The horse and freedom. Your heart is pure and free. A greater purpose calls you. You have unlimited reserves of stamina and strength. You follow the winds of change and accomplish your dreams. Yeah, this might go back to what I was saying about this long-term goal and awakening victory. I'm getting horse racing for some reason. I don't know why that popped into my head, but something about horse racing. Or something about owning horses. Very interesting. Very beautiful. I'm really getting, you know, there's somebody in this that might be in this reading or watching, was drawn to this reading, that really has like a farm or some kind of meadow or some kind of you know, different, like a bunch of dogs, and you got horses, and wow. And if you are out there, path number 2, you are a lucky, lucky, lucky soul. So definitely getting this vibe of potential growth, and I think this reading has to do with victory, especially with this freedom. A protector and friend, and also protection, you see, because there's definitely a correspondence, because I did talk about Pallas Athena being a protector. So you definitely have this protection around you, or some kind of spirits. Maybe it's, you know, the spirit animals. I feel like you take care of animals, so you might have a lot of spirit animals around you protecting you, or, you know, some kind of protection. You might be the protector. There's some kind of victory. Unlimited reserves. You could be traveling. Maybe you wanted, you've awakened some long-term goal for you to move somewhere or go to this dream ranch. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe, oh my God, that'd be so cool. I'm getting excited if your dream has come true. Like you finally, you know, awakened this beautiful dream that you've had in your life. You're having victory. Maybe it's this beautiful place, this beautiful farm where you can have your horses and your animals. All right, let's go into the tarot. So I like to do the magic square spread. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut your deck. I like to split the deck into 4 piles. All right, picking cards at random. So I do the magic square spread. That is a 9-card spread. It's a 9-card spread. And I like using that spread because there's all kind of different ways that I can look at the cards and read them. So let's see what you got. Wow, definitely a celebration. I think this is, sorry for yelling. But I see this as a celebration. I'm really getting that a dream has come true, some kind of victory. You're finally getting what you dreamed of, or it's, you know, I really think that I'm getting that. That's a challenge, isn't it? The 8 of Swords can be self-sabotage. It can be fear of getting out of your comfort zone. Let's see what else. The Knight of Swords. I'm definitely getting this energy of movement. You may be, okay, so you might be thinking the situation's worse than it will end up. The 3 of Cups is some kind of celebration of a goal, or, you know, it's like the celebration of a harvest. The 8 of Swords is self-sabotage and kind of feeling stuck, or not seeing a situation, not wanting to see the situation clearly, or thinking something's worse than it really is, right? And the Knight of Swords is movement. It's fast acting. It can be like aggressive thoughts, or it could be negative. It could be negative thoughts. It can also be bravery. But since he's going towards the 8 of Swords, I think these are kind of maybe like negative self-talk or thinking. Let's see what else. Okay. They won. How many cards are there? because they just wanted. Oh, look at that. The universe blessed us with 3 cards. Let's see. Page of Wands. Queen of Swords. Yeah, awakening of victory, because knights are victorious. You might have had to fight for something. Or stand up for some kind of truth. You really wanted something. I'm getting you really wanted something with the Page of Wands, because the Page of Wands is this fire energy, but it's unharnessed without direction. The Queen of Swords could represent you in this reading, since it's going to be in the middle of your spread. This is, I mean, I love the Queen of Swords. I call her the boss bitch. She's the boss. She does not play. She doesn't put up with anybody's nonsense. This is like standing up for someone. For some reason, this could be, with the Page of Wands. Maybe you have a son or a child or something like this in your life that you had to stand up for. Or maybe that this is really why this is so important to you, this move. A son or a daughter, young. Could also be this kind of burning desire to want to go into a new direction, because pages are all about going into a new direction. And the Queen of Swords sees things with clarity, so it tells me that you knew exactly what you wanted. And over here is okay, so I'm really getting the vibe that this is juggling between your desires and your duties. So this could mean like really making sure that you're working with the necessities and cutting out whatever it is that you don't need so that you can reach this goal. So gosh, I'm getting this vibe that you've been really working on this to achieve this goal. You've been like trying to cut out things in your life that were stopping you from kind of maybe saving up money to get this new home or this ranch, or maybe whatever was stopping you from achieving the goal that you've been on for this very long period of time. Let's see what else. It also could be moonlighting, but twos are always about decisions. So twos are about making decisions, and this is an equilibrium card, the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is pretty good at balancing both the, work and pleasure, for instance. But the Queen of Swords tell me the Page of Wands, Queen of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles in your reality in the 3D here. It tells me that you've been cutting out things that no longer served you. I mean, it could have been a friend group. Maybe you weren't seeing things clearly. I don't want to say third party. I don't know if this is about a love relationship, but there could have been something where you weren't with a group of people or with someone in some kind of relationship where you didn't see things clearly. And yeah, definitely cutting things out. So let's see. So what are you awakening inside you? You're definitely awakening this courage to cut yourself out of this Eight of Swords here. You're starting to see things clearly. It was one of your challenges to embody the Queen of Swords, and I think you have. Like, you're cutting the bullshit. It's really awesome. Okay, let's go. We're gonna pull 3 more, whatever I get out of the deck. This might be a love. It could be something. The King of Cups. So let's see, you did get the Lovers here. But that could be a love relationship in the past. With this card, we talked about it, right? Possibly not seeing the relationship clearly, or some kind of group. But really, the Lovers card is a choice between duty and desire, right? Choosing between duty and desire, which kind of goes here, right? With this Two of Pentacles, which is kind of the theme of that card as well. And the Lovers has this duality about it as well. And the King of Cups is about being comfortable in the uncomfortable situations. Oh, another duality here, the High Priestess. And this can represent what's going on with your subconscious mind. And when you look at it this way, these are external influences or things influencing the situation. And right here is the cross, which is supposed to represent you, the man, and you know, the human. And then in the center of the spread, that's like the significator, the heart of the reading. So here, these are things that are influencing you. So that's very interesting. Yeah, because I think you've had to certainly decide. It could be a love relationship to, you know, between like desire and duty. Maybe you're kind of in a relationship where you're torn between the two. And the King of Cups to me is this kind of hippie, is the hippie king, right? Like he can live off the land, he can work with the bare minimum. He doesn't need, I think there's a lot of that energy here, that you really went through a period of sacrifice in a kind of way to kind of cut out the things you really don't need. I don't think it's like super crazy sacrifice or anything, but you've had to start cutting things out, right? And the High Priestess tells me that there's something still hidden, because this could be your outcome here. So this tells me is, you know, you probably don't know what's awaiting you, but I think you have awakened this victory in what it is, and in this goal that you're trying to pursue, or this new direction. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that this is the energy of having to, you set your heart on a new direction and a new goal, and you have some kind of protection around you, because it looks like that this is kind of at this point out of your hands. You've had to juggle between what things that you really need and things that you desire. Also seeing things more clearly in a third-party relationship. But I think you're following your intuition and being okay with being in uncomfortable situations for this point in time. You're totally okay with that, because intuitively you know the outcome is going to be what you want. It's going to be abundant. You're going to have victory in what you're trying to obtain. So it's definitely this awakening of this courage to overcome challenges that you've been faced with, to cut things out of your life that you don't need so that you can reach your goals. You've had to juggle between this decision between desire and duty. And this King of Cups could be, you know, this new love coming in. Because I believe there are also, the King of Cups is ruled by Scorpio. And this could be very passionate love situation going on here. Yeah. Path number 2, that's what's awakening for you. You are awakening new love, courage, victory, and the goals that you've been setting your eye on. And I hope you enjoyed this reading and you have a wonderful day. Bye now. Hello, soul seekers, and welcome to your reading. Today we are asking the universe what is awakening inside you. And if you were drawn to path number 3, then this message is for you. So first I'm going to reflect on the messages coming through from the oracle card that you were drawn to. And then I'm going to pull some cards from the Sacred Spirit and Oracle right here, and then the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. And after that, we'll get into some tarot. So let's get to it. So yeah, you were drawn to this 7th house, path number 3, with the keyword relationship. So the 7th house in astrology is all about partnerships. It's your cosmic +1, so it's always about these longer term partnerships and relationships that we have in our lives. This can be family, this can be long-term friendships, this can be a romantic relationship, it could be a wife, it could be a husband, it can also be a partnership, it can also be rivals. It can be any kind of soulmate that presents obstacles in our lives. And obstacles always teach us something in some shape or form. All right, so let's see what else I can get for the theme of your reading by pulling some Spirit Oracle cards. So what is path number 3, awakening? What is path number 3, awakening? Soul fragments, balance will be restored. That's very interesting. Soul fragments to me are the pieces of ourselves that are in the subconscious. They're the more hidden aspects of ourselves. You may be discovering these hidden aspects in your relationships that you didn't realize, these hidden dynamics. And there's some kind of balance being restored. It could be an equal give and take in your relationships. That's what you can be awakening in your life right now. All right, let's see what else. Let's pull some Spirit Animal Oracle and see what else we got. So what are you awakening? I'm getting these temperance vibes here, with the balance will be restored and patience. To me, temperance embodies balance and patience. So that's very interesting to me. So path number 3, you received the Heron with patience. Create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently toward your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. Wow. So you got 2 cards of balance from 2 different decks. So I think there's definitely some kind of balance that's awakening, some kind of balancing in your partnerships and your relationships. You could have found yourself giving too much to others in your relationship. And I think this has a lot to do with you realizing how, you know, we're projecting, because the 7th house is also how we project our desires, which can sometimes come from our, you know, our shadows, our complexes, the parts of ourselves that we don't want to acknowledge, that are hidden. But that's how we really evolve spiritually. That's how we become initiated or have the chance to be initiated by the guardian. of the threshold. If you want to tap into the subconscious mind and gain more spiritual enlightenment and awakening, you have to uncover these soul fragments, these hidden parts of yourself, and develop this equilibrium within inside yourself. And when you do that, that self-love and that understanding of yourself will radiate into your partnerships and relationships. So this could be something that's happening within, having some kind of stillness and taking time alone to find balance, and not projecting your desire, your human desires for connection, maybe some kind of anxious connection or attachment issues. That could be that, or it can also be you've been giving a lot into relationships and not getting enough in return. Like you could be giving a lot of energy to someone who's not very emotionally available. And it can also be a message of finding independence. And you know what's really beautiful about this heron here? I actually see this is a great blue heron. I love birds, so this is really significant to me because I do see this bird, and they're very skilled hunters. They're like ninjas. When they go after their food, they'll see a fish and they kind of creep silently, and they'll turn their head like it kind of looks like a snake, and then they'll whip at the fish and grab them. It's really incredible how they can remain so still, right? That the fish doesn't even notice, and then they strike so quickly. Excuse me, out of nowhere. So it's definitely stepping confidently into your purpose, right? Patience will bring you rewards so that you can be awakening this part of yourself where you didn't see these hidden aspects of yourself and your relationships that you were projecting onto others, or some kind of realization in your relationship where you were giving more than receiving in the relationship. So let's go into tarot. You know what? I want to, because I have a thing, I need 4 here. So I'm going to pull a bonus oracle for you before we go into tarot. What is awakening for path number 3? You're awakening some kind of balance, a renewal of balance, restored balance. What else? More insights into what path number 3 is awakening. I saw this one. Unconditional love. That's really amazing. And blueprint. Unconditional love really starts within. Self-love is the bedrock of all types of love. And it's having love for yourself, and then the emotional intelligence and understanding to empathize with others and their own path and their own journey and their own blueprint and where they're going. Because not everybody's trip is the same. Like a lot of people I might interact with in my life, probably the majority aren't really spiritual, right? They're not very mystical. But I've always loved this stuff, and I love doing this stuff, and I still respect their path. I'm not out there trying to convert them into getting a tarot reading. Like, none of my friends or family really likes it. Maybe my sisters and stuff, but yeah, sometimes. But yeah, it's really just having this understanding and unconditional love for the collective as well as yourself. Because world peace starts with inner peace, right? All right, let's go to tarot. So I like to do the magic square spread. And the reason why is because there's so many different ways that you can read it. Oh my goodness, that didn't want to go. So let's see what is going on for you. So what's awakening in your life? There's definitely a theme here with partnerships and some kind of balance being restored there. There's some realization of these hidden aspects of yourself. Maybe you've realized that you've been putting too much into a relationship, maybe sacrificing yourself for others' desires and others' wants and needs, and not really focusing on your own for a pretty long time. It could also be that you've been projecting or realizing some kind of projections that you've been placing on your partner that you're trying to mend and heal. So it's definitely this kind of awakening, and this is how we evolve spiritually. You know, what we're projecting out into the world is what creates reality, right? So let's cut your deck. Let's see what goes out. We're going to start with 3 cards first. It's a 9-card spread. Oh, I don't want to read reversals, but that's interesting that that's in reverse. And this actually came out in the center of the spread of the last reading here. Ooh, quick movement there. So let's get to it. Path number 3. So the 5 of Swords can mean a separation. And this also can be someone having the upper hand. It can also mean being defeated. It could be failure or being defeated. And that could be, or feeling like you failed, and it could be in some kind of relationship. It could be in a career. Maybe you just recently lost a job or something to the effect of that, because you have here this 10 of Swords. And it could have been something you weren't expecting that came in really fast. This also can be a separation or some kind of disappointment for an outcome that, you know, something that didn't turn out the way you thought it would. I'm really getting the challenge that, you know, because I'm looking at these eight of Wands, and this is going into the 10 of Swords. So I'm getting the idea that this happened really fast and you didn't really notice it. So this could be a business partnership or something that somebody kind of, you know, had the one up on you, and you feel betrayed and defeated. It could also be a lot of people kind of turning against you. And there's some kind of imbalance here. That's what this could probably be talking to. It could be in a love relationship. We can see when we pull more tarot, but this could be some kind of, it could be a career. It could be like a passion project, a business project, but something definitely came to an end and you weren't expecting it. But there's some call from your, you know, your spirit guides to have patience here. To be still and be renewed. There's some renewal happening here with the 10. Because when, you know, this also could be the death of an ego. Right? Oh, you know what else this could be? If we're looking at it from a soul perspective, like evolving your soul and reaching higher levels of consciousness, this could be someone who always wants to win and always wants to be right. Like you could have embodied these kinds of energies in the past. And then now you're kind of realizing and you're having more of this clarity in a different direction where you're having this death of an ego, because this card can also mean death, like ego death. It's also a card of betrayal. And this card wanted to come out in reverse. So when this card comes out in reverse, a lot of times it could mean like someone not, you know, someone who's in the past, you could have been someone who always had to get the upper hand, who always had to have the last word. It could also mean losing hope. It could be a loss of hope, like just giving up on something. So those are some of the things, but I'm seeing unconditional love here. So there might be some kind of forgiveness happening here, but some kind of balance being restored. So what else for pile path number 3? What else for path number 3? Let's see, strength. Ooh. That is the card of partnership at the center of your spread. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that you're now starting to realize that you can't fight fire with fire. And the Two of Cups could be it's two peas in a pod. It's a perfect match, right? So this could be this could have been a partnership. Or it could be awakening a new partnership because of lessons learned. Maybe you kind of were stubborn in the past and it led to a mutiny, because actually the story behind this Ten of Swords is that this gentleman right here is Julius Caesar, and it's when his generals and his military overthrew him. And it was a dark period in human history because we went into darkness. It led to a period of like the Dark Ages. So it can be considered like the logic of lunatics, or you weren't really seeing things clearly, but that's the death of that. You're starting to recognize you can't fight fire with fire. And you're actually doing the inner work, because strength is inner work. So this could be something definitely to do with developing a better relationship with the self, because your partnership can also be with the self here. So it can go in a lot of different ways, especially since this is a general reading, right? So I try to read it in all these different ways that it can apply. Let's see what else. The Six of Pentacles, again with this balance here. And to me, this is give and take from a financial perspective. So this could have been a business partnership. And the Nine of Cups. Ooh, that's definitely what you want to end with, right? Yeah, so this could be what awaits you in the near future. Because if you look at this here, this basically represents the human, the seeker, the significator. So this is the central theme of, what better card for partnership, right? So the theme of this reading certainly has to do with partnership, and the duality of the twos is also calling to this balance in your partnerships, right? And then over here, this is also calling into balance. But these things here are things that could be influencing the situation. So to me, this could have been, something in the past where, you were separating yourself from something in a business relationship. But I'm getting the idea that it can also be that maybe you always wanted to be right, since it, you always wanted to have the last word, a kind of wanting to one up your enemies or something to the effect of that. And this could be in a love relationship too. Like maybe when you were in an argument, you always wanted to have the last word or be right. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. It's the only way to grow. If you've came to my channel, I'm hoping you're on that tip, right? Because you did get soul fragments and you did get balance will be restored and sitting in stillness and silence. And what awaits you in the near future could be, you know, a few more challenges. But the Nine of Wands is a message of don't give up, keep going. You've done the inner work with the Strength card here. In your past, you're starting to realize you can't fight fire with fire all the time, right? And aggression with aggression. Sometimes you catch more honey with flies. So that you catch more flies with honey. Right? So yeah, you ended up here with the Nine of Cups, which is a great card. To me, it means independent emotional fulfillment. It also means wish fulfillment traditionally in the tarot. And this can also be what's happening in your subconscious mind. You know, so I think subconscious, you've realized that there needs to be some kind of balance restored in the way that you're dealing with your business or your relationships and things in the 3D, right? Your partnerships. This Queen of Wands, it could be a person in your life that you're thinking about that maybe you're trying to get over. But if we're going to talk about, if we're going to use it as like the meaning of it in general as it pertains to you and what you're embodying, the Queen of Wands doesn't care what anybody thinks. She knows what she likes. She's very flamboyant. She also can make anything happen. She is the entrepreneur. So you might be this Queen of Wands inside, and maybe you're awakening this energy here. You are a very skilled entrepreneur, but now you're starting to look for some more of a better partnership, maybe in your business relationships, in your love life, having more confidence and independence. Like the Queen of Wands is not, she is not a pick-me girl, right? You know, like she's very charismatic, she's very attractive, she doesn't go along with what everybody does. She's a trendsetter, you know, and that's really good traits to have. But then she can also be kind of hot-headed and quick with her tongue. But this tells me that you're definitely trying to restore this balance and reach this kind of place of independence with emotional fulfillment. So that's really good for you. And this is what this has to do with, this unconditional love for yourself and really loving who you are and having the confidence in who you are. Because that's the Queen of Wands here. And the direction you're going is pretty good here. You're going from the 10 to this two peas in a pod, perfect union, and restoring to this balance here with the 6 of Pentacles, right? And then over here, independent emotional fulfillment, not projecting your baggage onto people in your life. And that is what is awakening inside you, path number 3. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Bye-bye.